Hello. Whoa. That was a little loud in my headset, but I got excited. I got excited. So, welcome to Arts and Crafts. A few days ago, we did Arts and Farts. Today, we're doing Arts and Crafts. It's different. But today, I thought, first of all, I took a cutie little Polaroid with my cat Blue before the stream. It's developing right now. We will show it here. And I haven't seen it, so we'll be seeing it at the same time. Today I thought we could oh, well, this is my iPad. There, maybe if you can see, that's my cat Bootsy. That's the Bootsy girl. That is a picture of when I was back home. She was on the roof, and I went outside in the backyard, and all I heard was meow, 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 meow. But I couldn't see her, like she was nowhere. And I turn around, and there she is on the roof. And that was that picture. It was her sitting there on the roof, but mid meow, so her little mouth is open. Ugh, so freaking cute. Um, Today I thought we could set like a time limit on each of my works in progress that I'm doing. And we will make that list together. But first, I have a few things that I want to share. The first thing being my new shoes. Aren't they so cute? They're green and brown, my colors. Green is my favorite color. And I'm even wearing green socks. And like the color palette is just quite beautiful. The color palette is just so satisfying and quite beautiful. Another thing I wanted to show is my bracelet that my friend made for me. Isn't that so freaking pretty? So these purple ones, the more purple, let's see, so like these two. That is amethyst, I think. And the more blue one is sodalite. So I wanted to read. My friend made this for me. She's very like intuitive, and she's into like astrology and obviously like crystals and like their meanings. So let's see. I asked her to like explain in her words because I wanted to include it into my journal. But I wanted the description in her words. So she says, sodalite. So sodalite is these blue ones. The poet's stone. Aid in clear, concise communication both with yourself and others. It will help you focus on logic and crafting your intuition. Bridges the gap between peace and decisiveness, making decisions feel easier and allowing you to feel comfort and sureness in your decisions. So it just tickles me that I have more sodalite on here, more of the blue beads on here. And they're the poet's stone, and they're supposed to help be sure in my decisions. I have a really hard time with that. Like with so I have OCD. With my OCD, feelings feel like facts, but then I have trouble with like, so what feelings do I trust? What decisions do I trust? I have a really hard time with that. So it just tickles me. It just tickles me. Amethyst. So the purple beads. Isn't that just so freaking pretty? Stone of Peace. Great for aiding in insomnia and shooting away the bad energies associated with nightmares and bad dreams. I have nightmares like every day of my life. Um, she just knows me. She just knows me. My friend that made this, and I love her so much. Quiets racing thoughts, brings clarity and protection to you and your inner monologue. So again, like inner monologue, uh, trusting myself. Um, Together, these stones will allow your creativity to flow clearly and be perceived by others how you want. They will aid in you regaining control of your words and improve communication internally and externally. Yeah, so I wonder if I'll wear it like this the rest of the stream because it's kind of nice to fidget with, but I wear this bracelet every day. The only reason I take it off is to shower. Now, I'm not one to like I don't know. I've never really like believed in crystals having power. But first of all, this is giving me something, okay? This bracelet is giving me some kind of energy, and I believe that the power is coming from knowing that my friend believes in me. That this really good friend that I love and adore and I just cherish her. This is what she believes in me for. Um and that's powerful. So, yeah, in a way these guys are very powerful and I mean, I've been feeling more creative and more sure in myself and what I'm thinking. If one of my other friends watches this, they'd laugh at that last sentence. I'm sure in what I'm thinking and feeling. Was just texting them about like, oh my god, like I have put people off. Just I don't know, this like silly like rumination. Um, but this bracelet is just something so special to me and like I don't really wear things on my wrists. Um, if I do, it's a hair tie and this guy, this is just a little bracelet that I bought from these two little girls that like set up a table in their front yard. And I just had to stop. I had to stop and, you know, give them $3 and get this cutie little bracelet because, you know, they were working hard. Come on. They were working hard. They needed to see the fruits of their labor. And I'm so happy to aid in that. The other bracelet I would wear is this. This is another like nice beaded bracelet, and I use it more to fidget with. Now, I don't fidget with my Sodalite and Amethyst bracelet because I really don't want to break it. I've been thinking about lining it with wire. Um, but then like I don't think it would feel as good. You know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But like what I love about these beads is that they're really cool and they make a nice noise when they rub up against each other. And this bracelet I got in Quito, Ecuador. Quito, Ecuador. Um, when I went like 2 summers ago. Hey, you stream on Twitch alone. What does that mean? Just like by myself or like with no one watching? Because yes to both. Um, yeah. So there's my bracelets. I have a few other ones that, but I just don't wear them. I have a few like, uh, let's see, like this is a Lino bracelet. Lino. Yeah, I just stream on Twitch. Um, I don't stream anywhere else. I just stream here. Another thing, um, let's see. I'm trying to like. Okay, I'm just gonna. Bro, am watching you. very cool. Um, oh yeah, because I said with no one watching me, but you are watching me. I started streaming because I I don't know. I just thought it would be fun. I have a lot of ideas and things to share. I'm doing arts and crafts tonight, and it's just a nice little outlet to I don't know. It's just a nice little outlet to sit and talk. That's all. Um, okay. Other things. So I applied to this job. I applied to this part-time job. Just like I'm interrupting your moment with the beads. I freaking love my beads. I freaking love my beads. But no, you're not interrupting. Don't worry. So I work as a baker currently. I applied to this other pastry shop job, just like part time, just to bring in a little bit more money and just work a little bit more. Um, and I think it went well. I applied old school, which just means I walked in there and asked them, "Hey, are you hiring?" They said yes. And I just gave them my cover letter and resume and filled out the application in the store and talked with the owner. And, it just seems like it could potentially be a good fit for the both of us. You have a whole ass viewer, and I gotta compete with your beads now. I love these things. I just love them. Just wait until I bust out my charms. Yeah, you really feel like you're third wheeling then. I freaking love those things. And I love these things. My amethyst and sodalite. My friend that made me this bracelet. I hope I don't spoil it for my friend, but they're getting one too. They're getting a bracelet too. And so I'm so excited to see like what crystals that she uses to make this other friend their bracelet. Um and that will leave the room for you guys. Got it. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Yeah, I applied for this pastry shop and it's like cakes and cookies. So I used to work in like breakfast baking, bagels, breads, um, like breakfast pastries. Now I work with like pies, and this place that I applied for is more like cookies and cakes, like dessert pastries. Which pie is still dessert, but we also do like savory pies, like more lunch type. So we do sweet and savory pies, and um, I really hope I get it because it would just round out. It would round me out a little better just in baking. Give me more experience in different fields. So your name is Dr. Dub. It is. My last name begins in a W, and I have a dream to be a professor. And if my students ever give me a nickname, maybe they would shorten it to W and then just Dub, Dr. Dub. That's where that comes from. Yes, it's silly. Yes, it's silly. But it's my dream. It's my dream. Okay. So, I'm going to mute myself for a sec, set up my phone, and we are going to I still have some other things to show, but it'll just be easier with my other cameras. So, give me a sec. Okay. So, I have the typical American Idol. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure my view is good on here. push that out of the way. Do a little, okay. Okay, before I switch views, before I switch camera angles, let me just tidy up my desk a little bit. Yes. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll take that out. We'll put that there. We'll put this over here. We will push this that way. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, welcome to my desk. My Vaseline. You know what? I might as well just go ahead, while we're here. You can never apply too much chapstick. So, okay. So, I have this list. These are the things that I'm wanting to show. So, we talked about my Tevas, my bracelet. Nice desk, thank you. I tried to make it cutie-like. But Subin isn't in it. There. Okay, Subin. So I have this list. So I need to show I have found these little stamps again. You're weird in a cool way. Thank you. Best compliment ever. So these little stamps, Pilot Friction stamp, and all of them are like kind of weather related. So this one, I say weather related, and then this was hi. Yes. I do remember you. Hi, welcome back. And I'm back too. Isn't that so fun? I'm showing off my stamps. So this stamp is a little star. This stamp is a heart. Yeah, my room is a little less organized. You can see the blanket and my hoodie just kind of thrown about. You can't see. There's a different like chair behind me, and then I have all my arts and crafts here on my bed. So there's the little heart. This one is a cloud. They all have little smiley faces. Ain't that just adorable? Ain't that just adorable? Here is a little red sun. And this one is a little umbrella. Ain't that just the cutest freaking thing ever? So I want to start using these stamps again. Oh my gosh. Okay, listen, if you see junk on my desk, I have a cat, okay? I have a cat, and he is you know how that goes. Track stuff everywhere. So okay, I'm gonna squeeze these right here next to Subin. Thank you, Subin. Thank you, Subin. Okay. Oh my. There we go. Okay. And see, I'm crossing out these things as I go. Okay. I don't really use Discord. And it's 5 a.m. for you? Goodness. Did you just wake up, or are you about to go to sleep? Like, is it more like beginning of your day or end of your day? Let me know. Okay, so I have new treasures, new journal treasures. Oops. Okay. So I have a lot of lined. If parents ask, I just woke up. Otherwise, I'm going to bed. Got it. Yep. I get that. We're on the same page. So I have these new journals. And in my big journal, which is right here, um, I have the third one of this, and it's just a blank one, but it's like it's like this color red, if you can even like see this thread on the spine. But um, these guys, aren't they just so beautiful? And one of them is dotted. Okay, so this one has dots in it. I don't know if you can see the dots. They're very faint. And this one is lined. And then the other one is blank. But they are just gorgeous. They are just gorgeous. And then these, I went with my friend, my best friend, my bestie, and he got a pack that was like a bookshelf like this. These are lined on one side and blank on the other. All three of the smaller ones are. And then this is the assortment that I got, and it also had a third like design. Like obviously these are not the same. Obviously these are not the same. But it was like a meadow with a tree and some grass and some flowers. And so he took that one of mine and I took this one of his. I want to no, I don't. I have two other small journals. So what do you use if not Discord? Like nothing. I just do this for fun. I don't walk in this with like the I don't know. I'm also not very like savvy, like Twitch savvy or tech savvy or I don't know, any kind of savvy. Unless it's collecting junk. I'm savvy in that. Um, yeah, so my new journals, they are so freaking cute and beautiful. This one is gorgeous. And I love the colors on this one. Um, and then like they're little, I don't know if you can see, but there are like gold embellishments in this bookshelf one. So there's my notebooks. Let's say one day you meet dream boyfriend that has super social media on science savvy unless it's collected junk. Um yeah. And listen, if they're the one they would still I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay. The cutie little. Okay, so I took a Polaroid with my cat. Look how it came out. Oh my gosh. Oh, apologies and rest in peace. Anyways, here's my cat. His name is Blue. He's a year and a half. He's 11 pounds. We just went on a walk. You can tell he's a little like terrified of the Polaroid camera. Um, oh, and we took a nap earlier today. It's this Polaroid right here. Um, we took a nap earlier today and it was like a few hours. It was a pretty good chunk nap and I fell asleep with him on my chest and I woke up with him on my chest. I don't even think he moved. I think he like adjusted a little bit because he was facing a different way, but and he was also like a little more in the crook of my arm. But oh, that is just so precious. Okay. Subin, you hold the blue stir. Thank you. Or maybe I can put the blue over here. There. Oh, ain't that just so precious? Okay, yeah, that is the most cutie little thing ever. the last thing I wanted to show, you can see I'm keeping tabs here. I went on a walk with Blue just like 30 minutes ago, and look what I freaking found. Blackberries. Wild blackberries. This one, now listen, all I could see was this side, so I thought he was ready, but he's a little pink on that side. Same with this one. Okay, all I saw was that side. Isn't that just the coolest freaking thing? And there's like so many super ripe ones. So just like imagine the treasures I'm gonna bring home in like a week. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make jam. Should I eat one? Wait, first I want to like ask the internet if there's like, hey, if there's some like, I don't know, imitation blackberry that's out to get me. Is there a poison us blackberry lookalike? Guys, I think this is the real deal. I think this is the real deal. I think these are actual blackberries. There are no truly poisonous. Wait, that's AI overview. I don't want to read that. Your guide to identifying wild berries. Blackberries. Okay. Yes, yes. I'm looking at a picture. These dark sweet berries and their lookalikes are popular and delicious. The unusual aspect of blackberry lookalikes is that none of them are dangerous, and all are as delicious as the blackberries themselves. One taste of the forest floor foods. These berries make everything taste better, from jam to pie to cobbler to a topping for waffles. Blackberries and their counterparts are a true taste of summer. Blackberries are often found along the edges of forests, sometimes grow out in the open. However, if the area is mowed regularly, you won't find any mature plants. You're liable to find Marion berries, boysenberries, loganberries, and ollallie berries if you live in the Pacific Northwest. If you live on the East Coast, you probably run into dewberries, a non-toxic berry that looks similar to blackberries. You can easily discern these from blackberries by their growing structure. Blackberries grow in long canes or stems, whereas dewberries grow on a brambly bush that rarely stretches over 2 feet in height. Okay. Dewberries are also larger in diameter than blackberries are, and they are just as tasty. Okay, I think these are absolutely blackberries. Yeah. Yeah, so I just found like a treasure trove of blackberries in my backyard. So let's give one of these guys a taste. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So let's do this guy. Ooh, they're tart. Let's do another one. Hey. Oh. Mm. Oh my gosh. That jam is gonna be so freaking good, dude. So, there. Um, that was freaking awesome. Let me switch back to hey. So, okay. I have crossed off everything that I wanted to show before we get into arts and farts. I mean, arts and craps. Let's see. Arts and craps. So I'm just gonna list off some of the crafts that I have going on. So I have Besties Cross Stitch, which is this right here. I also have Bestie's Bag. I have my beaded blanket. And then I have some market bags for various friends. And then maybe I don't really want to journal, but there. Oh, but I did want to. Okay. Right. Okay. So I don't really want to do Bestie's cross stitch. So I'm vetoing that immediately. But this is what it looks like. It says 3 good reasons for being a teacher, May, June, and July. And then this is the part I'm working on right now, is this little apple. But again, I kind of am not feeling it the best right now. Oh, I also have this, but I would need a needle and thread, which I don't have. Okay. A different, like a specific color of thread. So we will save this for another time. Thank you. So I think I'm going to start with my beaded blanket. Someone told me that this is like ASMR. Okay. So I have my beaded blanket here. And it has gotten pretty large in size, but oh, and just ignore this guy. That he's just sitting there minding his own business. But like these are the beads that I have, but whenever they're put, like you can see they're kind of light and they're iridescent. Whenever you put them up to the yarn, they go a little like darker in color. Okay, I'm gonna give myself like 20 minutes. I don't even know if, no, yeah, sure. You'll be able to see. Okay, I'm giving myself 30. So there goes my timer. There. And then perhaps, there we go. Okay, perf. While I'm doing this, I wanted to get into, oh, here is, I don't know if my cat is getting up to shenanigans or not. This is my journal, and this is the other book. And again, it's just blank on the inside. But in the back here, I have writing for self-discovery. So I think I want to read through this while I crochet and just verbally like answer these prompts. That is not sitting how I want it. Let's do it like this. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's cute. And I still have on the edge here my blue and this leaf guy and a little bell. Okay. I read a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna make sure my cat isn't, doing crimes right now. Give me a sec. Okay, he is in fact not doing crimes, and I'm sorry I doubted you, my son. Okay, how am I going to do this? So let's get the hook right here, the ball right there, and oh, sorry for the sniff. What is this? Maybe I can do this. Okay. This is okay, and then what on earth is this? Hmm. Okay. Found where I stopped. So with this beaded blanket, I do every other stitch. So you can see like this stitch does not have a bead on it, this one, but then this stitch does. So I'm ready to do a stitch with the bead. I just put the bead on the hook and do a normal double crochet. And then back into there like that. Maybe if I move this, there wouldn't be such a crazy intense glow on my face. How about that? And then maybe I can move this here so that there's another intense glow on my face. And, that is just what we are doing. Okay, better. Okay. So, and then we'll bring our beads back. Okay. The purpose of this opening section is to encourage you to try out some different ways of writing about your feelings. Ugh, ew. Why would anybody want to think about their feelings? No, please spare me. Please, please. I don't want to think about my feelings. Um, writing about your feelings, thoughts, and attitudes. As with the exercises that follow in later chapters, the purpose is not to produce polished pieces of work, but to help you explore yourself. It doesn't matter if what you write is uneven. Okay, this is crazy trying to read and do this beaded crochet at the same time. Teehee, teehee. One of my best ideas ever. It doesn't matter if what you write is uneven, in notes, over the top, contradictory, not fully explained, over explained, means nothing to anyone but you. It will be a material that you can develop or refer to later on. Try out these exercises in a spirit of adventure. We hope they will whet your appetite. We suggest you work through them fairly quickly before starting on the techniques sections in part 2. Exercise 1, at this moment. This is a simple but effective way to begin writing and focusing on oneself. Sit down with your notebook and pen in a room at home or anywhere that you feel comfortable. Begin by looking at your immediate surroundings. Okay, done. See what catches your attention. It may be the pattern on the carpet, fly on the window pane, a dirty cup, the painting on the wall, an open door, and what lies beyond it, the view outside, the overflowing waste paper basket, a letter to a letter you forgot to post, etc. Describe 2 or 3 objects, picking out some precise details such as shape, size, color, texture, sounds. Sounds you can hear. Ooh, the warmth or coldness, the amount of light and the kind of light. Move on to describe yourself, how you are sitting, your mood, feelings, preoccupations, the thoughts that come into your head while you are doing the exercise. Write for 10 minutes. Soon after she started attending a writing group for Karen Taggart did this exercise. Hello? Write for 10 minutes. Soon after she started attending a writing group, Karen Taggart did this exercise. Here is an extract from it. And then the example says, the third thing is my telephone, my communication. Today, I am constantly anxious for it to ring as my daughter has just arrived home from hospital after the unexpectedly difficult birth of her first child. My first grandchild. I am having to learn to become an onlooker now that she has a partner. This is a new and difficult role for me, but I must learn to step back and watch. This little white machine is sitting silently, and the temptation is to lift and dial. Instead, I must sit and wait, but I frequently glare at it, willing it to ring. And here are the sentences in which Dave Alton began this exercise. There's the usual mess in the room, dead toast on a plate, a black banana skin drooped over it, socks and 2 beer cans on the floor, half a shelf of books. A bleary smell. Okay. Bleary. I don't quite know. Maybe I do know what that smells like. Bleary. What I would deem as like a bleary smell. I ought to get up, open up, get out for a run, but I don't feel like doing anything except warming my feet on the radiator. Can't think of anything except her. Why hasn't she phoned? Okay. So, the first part of this exercise is to look at my surroundings and think or like talk about the things that stand out. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see, I do a lot of writing about my blue, so maybe we should find something else. This beaded blanket. Duh. Duh. Okay. Describe the object, picking out some precise details such as shape, size, color, texture, smell. So, my beaded blanket, my current craft that I'm picking a hair out of. Teehee. It's the size of a square that has a cinched middle and the sides are too long. So it doesn't lay flat, it bunches up on each other. It's purple. The yarn is dark purple. The beads are light iridescent purple. But when put through the yarn, they turn a darker shade. The texture of the yarn is not quite soft, but fibrous. Even like little strands. Not necessarily strands, it's just more like what you would call dead ends on hair. The beads are cool and smooth. I'm hoping that this blanket will also do well with temperature control in the warmer months with the cool beads woven through it. Whenever I rub my hand over the blanket, there's a mix of fuzzy and smooth textures. The yarn does not have a smell, but the beads smell like burning. That is true. Like, it literally smells like, I don't know. The beads do not smell great. Should I have washed them before I started this project? Yes. Did I? No. No. So, this is just what we're working with now. Then briefly write about one or two. Oh, wait. The sounds you can hear, the warmth or coldness, the amount of light, and the kind of light. Okay. As I'm crocheting on this blanket, I can hear the beads as they brush against my wooden desk. It's a soothing sound, something you could fall asleep to. Again, the yarn is warm from the contact with my hands, but the beads are cool in temperature. I'm not sitting with a lot of light, just the light from my ring light that is right here directly in front of me, and the glow of my desk lamp that is right here. lighting up my book, the light reflects from the white pages onto my face, which is why I look a little washed out. Or just a little bright. I am glowing. But if I see, that's like a little better. But, you know, it is what it is. I also have my lamp this way. This lamp with, I know you can't see it, but there's a filet crochet tapestry laid over the lamp. And it creates this fun design on my ceiling through the open stitches on the project. This is a project where light cannot really shine through it. It can shine through these holes. But I have crochet projects that are meant to have light shine through it. This is a spiral. And see, it's better when the light shines on it. This is the kind of tapestry I have on my lamp. So just imagine the light shining through and like all these little dots and like the pattern shining onto the ceiling. I also have my closet light on. That is the only overhead light in my room. It's a white light. The rest of my lights are yellow. My ring light has a warm glow. My lamp has a warm yellow bulb. And my desk lamp, I would say is probably a white bulb, but it has a little bit of a yellow film over the bulb to warm up the light. Move on to describe yourself. How you're sitting, your mood, feelings, preoccupations, the thoughts that come into your head while you are doing the exercise. I'm sitting on my desk chair. It has a cushy bottom, it has a cushy seat part. I'm sitting up forward so I can read my book and crochet in the in the camera. There we are. And so I can talk into my microphone because this microphone is pretty sensitive. The further away I get, the less you can really hear me. Which, that's how they work. That is how the microphone works. But that is the reason I am sitting up more forward in my seat. My mood is content, currently content. I'm thinking about food, what I want to eat after this. And I can hear my tummy growling. I can hear my tummy growling as it's a confusing feeling because the smell of these beads is like a burnt plastic smell. and my tummy is growling. That's not very appetizing. Doesn't satiate any feelings that I currently have of hunger. I'm feeling like the title of this stream, I'm proud of it. Arts and crafts. You see a lot of arts and farts, but how many arts and crafts do you see? Truly. Just simmer on that. So I'm feeling proud of that. I'm also feeling like I'm missing something. Like, what do I need to be doing right now? Other than this. But nothing. There's nothing else I need to be doing right now except for thinking and crocheting until the timer goes off. Gosh, some of these beads. I'm also feeling a little not unsatisfied, but it is unsatisfying when the hook just doesn't like go straight through these beads like how I want it to. Thoughts that come into my head while I'm doing the exercise. Is this entertaining enough? Maybe you can use this as you fall asleep. Maybe you can sit down and do your arts and crafts while I do mine. And just listen to my rambling, my free form, unstructured poetry that I'm trying to write, trying to talk about, while also trying to crochet this junk. I'm also just reflecting on how I've been feeling lately. I've been extremely tired lately. It's like my mood is good, my feelings are good, my thoughts, well, are all over the place lately. But I've been sleeping a lot. I go back and forth between sleeping too much and not being able to sleep. It's a very confusing and complex relationship that I have with sleep. I also have a lot of nightmares, and I take a medicine for the nightmares. But sometimes they bleed through the medicine. And I can't do anything about that when I am in the middle of my sleep. Tommy just growled again. Thinking about what I want to eat. Do I want to spend money and get something warm, delicious, and instant? Or do I want to not spend money and cook ramen? Hard choices, hard choices. I'm also thinking about some of my past streams that I've done. Um, and I know my first one titled Hello expires in 2 days, I think. And I kind of want to keep them. So I'm curious if I can download them and post them onto like YouTube or something, just for a record, like a digital journal. The things I've been up to, the things that I'm talking about, what's on my mind. I think of my phone, wonder if anyone has tried to contact me while I've just been sitting here farting around. Anything important that I'm missing? Does anyone need me? But alas, just take this time for myself. And my timer only has a few more minutes. Oh, 1 minute. So I will be able to check my notifications very soon. Oh, look, perfect timing. Here's the end of a row. There we go. Now we're going to slip stitch, chain one, and double crochet. Do a few more stitches for our new round here. So that it doesn't quite pull it down, undo anything. And then, let's see, I'll do a few more stitches. Pull out long. And there we go. Okay. So here is we in that time we completed a row. As it gets bigger, of course, it takes more time to complete each row. This middle keeps coming loose. So maybe I can, well, I don't have a darning needle with me right now. Yeah. Okay. Stab my yarn ball with my needle. With my hook. Kind of pack this up. Let's see what else we have. So we did beaded blanket. We could do market bags, or we could, I don't want to do the cross stitch. Or we could do, let's do Bestie's bag. It's a little, actually, Bestie's bag follows a pattern, so let's do the market bags. Gotta use the same hook. Same hook. Okay, we're doing this one for 20 minutes. So this is a market bag. It's currently a tangled mess. Mm-hmm. I've been listening to, well, I listen to Noah Khan all the time. Lately, I've gotten back into Remy Wolf and like Dominic Fike. Like Sexy Villain. It's such a good song. Oh, hey. Billy Bob and Angelina, get my milk from Altadena. All right, there we go. It's like I'm gonna use all my time just untangling this junk. There we go. Okay, there. So I'm crocheting this for my friend Sophia. She like backpacks and solo travels, and so this pattern is a little smaller than what it's like, supposed to be, which it's supposed to be whatever you want, so but I'm making it smaller so it's a little more compact in her travels. I also was invited to a concert by a new friend, and I'm really excited because I haven't seen live music in a while. So I am excited to discover some new artists. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, let's move on to exercise 2. Personal landscapes. This is an enjoyable and often a potent way of making contact with one's past. Picture an outdoor place or landscape that was special to you in your childhood or some years back. Hold on, I gotta redo this stitch. It may be a location you saw frequently, somewhere you went occasionally, or a place you visited only once. It could be a garden, a road, a river, beach, playground, zoo, mountain, view from a window, the outside of a building, etc. Describe the place, picking out features that were important to you. Include any sounds, colors, textures, and smells you remember. Explain how you felt about the place and also how you feel as you think and write about it now. Mention any incident you remember connected with the place or any other thoughts you have about it. Spend 10 minutes on this exercise. More if you want to. Here is part of a personal landscape piece by Anne Ferry. Ferry. No, Ferry. The hill at the back of the houses opposite loomed so large. As a child, it became a playground, something to be conquered, afraid of, beaten. There's a small channel scored in one side just wide enough to take a sledge in winter. It's a shortcut when in a rush, but too black at night when its mass somehow doubles. Kids sliding down on tea trays, a car door once, from where nobody questioned. There are concrete steps set in further down. Great unlooked after teeth, which scarred the undulations with hard geometry, an area I avoid for fear of falling into the hands of the enemy. Many battles over territory there. It's interesting to note that after the second sentence, Anne moved into the present tense, as if she was reliving her past. Okay. So let's see. I think I'm going to talk about, let's see, picture an outdoor place or landscape that was special to you in your childhood or some years back. It may be a location you saw frequently, somewhere you went occasionally, or a place you visited only once. I'm going to talk about the alley behind my house. So there's this huge alley behind my house. And I have so many childhood memories in that alley, one of them being riding my bike through the puddles. And the rainwater would splash up on my back, like up my back, all over my shirt, down the back of my legs. But I grew up in Texas, so whenever it rained so heavy that there were puddles outside, that was such a treat. The alley was something that I don't like being in the alley alone. It's not like it's an unsafe place, but it's just somewhere that I don't want to be alone. Another memory of mine is we used to have like a go-kart. This little red go-kart. And we would drive it around in the alley. Whenever you walk out of my backyard and enter into the alley, there's like our dumpster back there, but also there's like businesses. There's like a strip mall, and the parking lot is over there. So that's where we would ride our go-kart around, is in those parking lots. It's just a little smoother. Um, Smoother ride. But I used to be like scared to go too fast on that go-kart. My little brother, however, was a little speed demon. Speed demon. And he loved to go fast. And so did my dad, of course. But I was always nervous, or I would be like, slow down, or whatever. But also, you know, that's connected to like my friends of my childhood and also my little brother's friends. They would come over and I'd watch them ride the go kart for hours and hours and hours. You'd go in, have some lunch, come back out, and they're still riding that thing full force. And I'm unsure if we still have that go kart. But it wasn't the safest toy that we had. Um, and I remember we got like pretty injured on it once. Oh, hold on. Got a frog. There we go. Yeah, we got like injured on it one time. My sister, my older sister was like controlling the gas and the brakes, and little bitty baby brother was sitting in her lap on the steering wheel, and I was there in the passenger seat. And as we were like going around this corner, I don't know, something happened, and my brother like drove us underneath this big like semi truck. And my sister's leg got cut pretty bad underneath something in there, so that was pretty serious. I got like, I don't know, a scrape. But of course, I was young, so I was like, "Wah, I'm hurt." Not nearly as bad as my sister. But I was young, you know. Typical behavior from a little snotty nosed kid. See, obviously, I'm still snotty nose, okay? Forgive me. Okay, so I just need to do a round of single crochet. What else did it say? Features that were important to you. So it had the alley had like a gravel, it was a gravel alley until you got into the parking lots that I mentioned. Um we got into the alley by going through our gate and by going through my dad's garage. So we have like a garage attached to the house, and then we have a separate um and then we have a separate garage out back that he puts his like antique cars in and all his car parts and tools and other storage, things like that. You can also get to the alley by walking out the front of the house and walking down the street around the corner into the alley. That's like the long way around. Me and my friends, we used to get in trouble riding our bikes in the street. And there was this one time I had like zoomed into the driveway and my mom got on to me, like you're not supposed to be doing that and you know that. I was like, "No, I wasn't. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that." But like I had raced into the driveway at the speed of light. There's no way I could have done that without you know, picking up speed in the street. Yeah, she busted me. There's also on the side of the building, the strip mall back there, there was this little hill. The only like patch of grass or greenery or whatever was this hill. And I remember when I was young, it was just grass, but as I got older, it turned into like weeds. Um, that wasn't really maintained. I think we might have mowed it a few times, like my family. Um, but I'm unsure, and I'm also unsure of the condition it is in today. It's been a while since I've been back home. But I really associate the alley with my dad. I don't know, that was kind of his domain. We would also like sometimes talk to our neighbors in the alley. There's this one time our neighbor had like the grandfather over and I think he had like dementia. Um and when I was a really little girl, he like picked me up over the fence and took me into their yard. And whenever my neighbor like saw like, oh gosh, like dad just freaking stole the neighbor's kid out of their own yard. She rushed me back home. And I don't even know if my parents knew I was gone. But I was just in my backyard. Like it wasn't like I was in my alley. I was in the backyard in a closed fence and like a man just came and picked me up out of my yard. Isn't that so scary to think about? Yeah, my parents did not leave me alone until I was old enough after that. Because apparently, no, you're not safe in your own backyard as a small girl. What else? Picking out features that were important to you. Include any sounds, colors, textures, and smells you remember. Smelled, I mean, it was outdoors, had an outdoor smell, but there was trash. Like the dumpsters were back there. Okay, I think I did that because the other was like mention any incident you remember connected, and that's what I talked about. Oh, and there goes my timer. Okay, folks, we are wrapping it up. We did our arts and crafts, and now I'm gonna go. Let's see. Did someone text me? Oh. Um. Now I'm gonna go. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna wind down for the night. Oh, I'm gonna eat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat. Yes. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.